guys, it's Holly, and today's video is going to be all about my top 8 rabbit summer essentials. Here in the Washington area where I live, it's basically the end of summer now. It's fall pretty much. It is getting a little bit cooler here where I live, but I know for some of you, especially those that live in the southern states or in other parts of the world, it is still hot where you live, or even possibly getting into the warm season. So I wanted to share these tips and tricks with you guys for keeping your rabbits cool and my top essentials. So 6 of these are my own essentials that I do every single summer, and a couple of them I got from viewers like you that wanted to share their essentials with me when I asked. So let's just go for it, and I'll share with you guys all of these essentials. Alright, so the first and really important is a fan. This is, I think, my #1 top priority every single summer when it starts climbing into the 80s, 90s degrees. I have one installed in my shed. It's actually broken. It broke towards the beginning of the summer, so I had to get like a couple box fans to keep the rabbits cool. But if you can get a fan installed in your shed, or if your rabbits are out more exposed to the elements, if you have a place where you can just plug a fan in, it really does a huge wonder to keep the rabbits cool and to get the airflow circulating. Because one of the big things I worry about in the summertime is the ammonia from the smell of their urine getting really high and toxic, because during the summer everything's just sitting there, and there can be more maggots and flies and just a lot of stuff that can be taken care of a little bit more when you have the fan. So that's my #1 tip and trick during the summertime, is to just get a couple fans. If you have, if you're in a position where you can install a fan, that's the best bet. My second essential is to have frozen water bottles on hand. So what I do every summer is just take a couple, they can be just like water bottles you would buy at the store, disposable water bottles, and then just filled up with water and thrown in your freezer. And I just make sure that I have quite a few of those on hand when it starts getting really hot out, especially for any does I might have that are pregnant, or for babies that are sharing cages, just because when it gets really hot, the temperatures for those rabbits especially are going to be more excruciating. So I usually give the frozen water bottles to them first, and rabbits don't sweat, so they release heat through their ears. So they will actually relax their ears on the frozen water bottles to keep themselves cool. That is one of my #1 tips for you guys, is to always make sure you have those frozen water bottles on hand. Another must-have is some herbs to have on hand, like parsley and mint. Mint is actually a cooling herb, so when you feed it to the rabbits, it actually naturally cools them off. It has something to do with cooling their nervous system. I'm not exactly sure what the science is behind it, but it definitely works. And then also sometimes I will freeze veggies. That's my next tip. If I know a day is going to be particularly hot, I'll just freeze some veggies, and the rabbits love their veggies. I have some rabbits that also won't use the frozen water bottles, and so giving them some frozen veggies, all the bunnies love their veggies, and this way they are really prone to getting a lot cooler. Along the same idea, you can also just give them cool water inside their water bottle. And even with like you and I as humans, cold water definitely cools you down. So that's something that might seem kind of obvious, but sometimes even I just don't think about it. And so that's definitely a great essential for the summer, is to just use the cool filtered water. So I have 3 more to share with you guys, and one of those is grooming supplies. During the summer, rabbits are molting like crazy, spring and summer. And so having those grooming supplies on hand is essential. I use combs, and that's pretty much it. I pretty much just use combs when I'm brushing my rabbits, and then also pluck them. And I have a few like grooming your rabbits videos on my channel already. I'll try to link those down below if I can remember, but if not, you can just go back on my channel and look through some of my old videos to find those. A couple that you guys shared with me that I thought were brilliant ideas, that one of them I do myself that I just wasn't even thinking of mentioning, which is fly tape. Flies are insane during the summer. Insane. And you might not be, I have like fly tape over here, and I have some over here too. I don't know if you guys can see. and I still have a ton of flies in here. So even though it's getting to be more of the fall now, there are still flies, and I'll usually change out the fly tape every couple of days. But it's one of the best fly traps that I've found to work. If you guys know of anything better, please let me know, because it is definitely not 100% perfect, but the flies do get ridiculous. And so it's definitely an essential that I need every single summer. As soon as it starts getting hot and the flies start getting crazy, I know I need to pick up some fly traps. And also, one of the biggest things you can do to cut down the amount of flies is to just clean regularly. Of course, that's what is most healthy for your rabbits anyways, and that's what will definitely keep down the amount of flies the best. And the last essential that I have for you guys are ceramic tiles. I don't personally have ceramic tiles, but this is something that one of my viewers shared with me, and that I know a ton of people will keep on hand, because you can freeze those really easily, and they actually will stay cooler than a frozen water bottle, because those do eventually melt. And with a frozen tile, the rabbits can lay their entire body on it and cool off really fast. And so this was an essential that I really wanted to share with you guys. Even though I don't personally do it, I know so many people that do. Most of these essentials, you don't have to buy anything. You don't have to. You can really just use what you have. You don't need to use every single one of these essentials. Pick what works best for you and your rabbits. And I know in some places it doesn't get above 80 degrees in the summer. Some places don't even really have a summer. It's just cold all year round. Some places it's hot all year round. So I'm sure a lot of you guys have even more tips than I do. But these are just some of the ones I wanted to share with you. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all in my next one. Bye guys!